All right. Oh, sorry about that. Anyways, hope you all is well. Welcome here to the Sports Talk Network channel. And welcome here specifically to my Riverdale Review Dale and Reviews Riverdale Reviewing Series here for season 3, episode 7 of Riverdale this week. Not this past week, but this current week. That's still going on and finishing up here at the end of the week. But as always, warning spoilers for Riverdale season 3, episode 7, The Man in Black. Are ahead here in this review. As always, if you haven't seen the episode, check it out, then come back here, let alone going back to, or go to any other reviewers of Riverdale. I know there are a couple of them out there here on YouTube, not as many as I would have assumed. Then again, people, just because they don't do reviews of the show doesn't mean they're fans. I'm fans of many shows, of like God Friended Me, The Neighborhood, Happy Together, Single Parents, many other shows that I don't do, the American Housewives, Goldbergs, that I don't do weekly reviews. I just enjoy the show. Otherwise, this channel truly would be weekly reviews of all the TV shows I watch, which I could do, but it'd be a lot of work per week. And knowing when their breaks are, meaning, the short breaks, winter breaks, season ending, this and that, all that other stuff. Also, like I did in my last video earlier today with my karaoke style cover of a song called Little Tonight Over You by David Archuleta. I did suggest, if anybody does have any suggestions for me of videos or ideas for video, send them my way. Anyways, let's get into the review. Here are my notes. And here we go. Here we go with the Riverdale kids. We're going through it this week, and the Man in Black, aka Hiram Lodge, was largely to blame. Archie and Jughead are on the run. Veronica is on the verge of losing her business. Meanwhile, Betty is on the verge of losing her mind at the Sister of Quiet Mercy home. So let's see how all going down. Let's start with Archie and Jughead specifically. Jughead and Archie clearly have different ideas about what it means to be on the run. The boys are trying to get far away from Riverdale until they come across a farm, and Archie wants to stop for the night. The place is noticeably creepy, as Jughead points out, but Archie insists on stopping. They've been traveling for a few days, and Jughead still hasn't been able to reach Betty, but he knows she can handle herself, and Archie needs his help more during the current situation. As they step onto the property, they're stopped by Lori Lake and her little sister, who are armed with a shotgun. Archie and Jughead attempt to lie about who they are, but Lori doesn't buy it. They still don't reveal their names, but they admit that they're on the run and got robbed on a train. Lori offers them food and shelter in exchange for help around the farm. All the men in the town are off working somewhere. As the boys settle in for the night, Jughead expresses his concern over the situation again, but Archie reassures him that they'll be fine. The next thing Archie does at the farm work while Jughead heads into the town to take pictures. The town is mostly abandoned with weird symbols written everywhere. Major Children of the Corn vibes, but hey, that's what it is. And Jughead comes across an elderly woman who informs him that Jingle Jangle and Fizzle rockets have ravaged the town. The symbols started appearing when Fizzle rocks became popular. Back at the farm, Lori offers to let Archie and Jughead stay for a few more days. Our overly trusting engineer let her know that he feels right at home on the farm, but Jughead wants to move on. Lori and Archie kiss, and Lori is pretty dang hot. I've seen her in my boy as well. Anyways, see her do a video message. So, but anyways, where was I? Lori and Archie kiss, although he quickly puts an end to it because he's not over Veronica, but still, be, I guess. I was gonna say more, but I promised him to come clean about who he and Jughead really are. Continuing to explore, Jughead comes across a group of young girls playing G&G. After he reveals that he's also an active G&G player, Jughead starts asking questions about the town. He quickly learns that the Man in Black owns the town and that all the men are off building a prison for him. The prison also makes Fizzle rocks. Jughead realizes the danger they're in and heads back to the farm to find Archie, who who is naive, finally gets better of him. He's chowing down on front fresh eggs when Lori knocks him out with a frying pan. A black car carrying Hiram Lodge pulls up to the farm right as Jughead gets there. Jug frees Archie, who is tied up in the barn, and they argue over whether they should run or stay and fight Hiram. They finally decide to make a run for it after Jughead explains to Archie that Veronica will never forgive him for killing her father. Their new plan is to get help from Jughead's mother. And now moving on to Veronica. Veronica barely has time to mourn the end of her relationship with Archie because she's dealing with a war at home and at work. After reading in the paper that Daphne is missing, she decides it's time to get out of her house and away from her scheming parents, who may or may not be pumping people off. Hermione walks in on Veronica packing her things and pleads with her to stay. But having finally had enough of her family drama, Veronica starts living at her speakeasy. She might not have the shelter for much longer. Business is slow, but she does hope that teaming up with the rival mob boss's son, for a casino night should get them back on the right track. News of this new partnership reaches Hiram, who confronts his daughter about getting involved with Viola's family and insists that she should start trusting her own family. After all of this Archie drama and the recent sheriff news, Veronica makes it clear to her father that she wants nothing to do with him. The casino night gets underway. I'm sorry about that. And Hiram is proven right when Hilo starts taking the house for everything at the blackjack tables. Veronica confronts him and challenges him to a single hand. If she wins, he has to leave. If he wins, she gives him the deed to Pops. It looks like Veronica's about to lose everything, but she pulls through by hitting on 19 and getting 21. She later reveals to Reggie that her father warned her about Hilo's plan, and he helped her fix the game to come out on top. After the casino night, Pop confronts Veronica about getting the diner speakeasy mixed up in the organized crime. As she starts to defend her father for coming to her rescue, Pop breaks the news to her that the sheriff's body was found decapitated. It's clear once again that Hiram is dangerous and not to be trusted at all. Now on to Betty. Good old Betty. The other characters might have it rough, but at least they have their freedom. Betty is locked away and trying to convince the Sisters of Quiet Mercy that she's normal by faking her answers on a Rorschach test. She's trying to stay sane by refusing to take the fizzle rocks that the sisters are giving the patients. When the timing is right, she'll make her escape, but not before getting a good look at what's written in her medical file. Putting a wrench in the plan is Ethel Muggs, who moves into Betty's room to give her the lay of the land. And though I do say poor Ethel is still delusional about the Gargoyle King, which means she fits in well at home, where everyone is loyal to him. But B, as I always say, A B, what a B. She makes it clear that she's the queen bee in the hospital and tells Betty she needs to start respecting the pecking order. A chain of command, so to speak. Betty asks Ethel to introduce her to the Gargoyle King, but she's told she isn't worthy. Sister Woodhouse brings patients to the Gargoyle King's chamber when they misbehave, though. Excuse me. Later, while wandering the grounds, Betty unearths more clues. She sees a Blossom maple syrup truck pull up to the facility, even though the cafeteria doesn't serve syrup. Hiram Lodge also pulls up in his black car. Yes, that guy again. Recognizing her need to escape sooner rather than later, Betty pushes forward on her mission to get the info she needs and then get out. While exploring, she stumbles upon the Gargoyle King's chamber. Betty is about to sneak in when Ethel catches her and forces her to go back to her room. She claims she was trying to find the infirmary, but Ethel makes it clear that only patients require medical attention go there. So, time for a new plan. During recreation time, Betty picks a fight with Ethel over G&G and fakes a seizure to get admitted into the infirmary. She sneaks out of bed and breaks into a drawer and finds her medical file. The file reveals that Betty and the other patients are being used as lab rats for Fizzle Rocks under Hiram's authority. She tries to escape through the hospital basement, but the passageway used in previous escapes is now bricked up, and Betty is caught by Ethel and Sister Woodhouse. The sister forces her to take the Fizzle Rocks, and then they finally take her to meet the Gargoyle King. It's unclear what happens to Betty during this meeting, but the episode ends with Betty taking the same Rorschach test, this time giving all the real answers she tried to hide the first time around. She's not fully under the influence of the Gargoyle King. Dun dun dun. But done. But overall, as always, a good episode of Riverdale. And I guess for my theory part of it, who is the Gargoyle King? Number 5 would be actually number 5. Would it be? Well, actually, it just seems like it is Hiram Lodge, but number 5 would say Betty's mom. Number 4 would say Hermione Lodge. Number 3, Archie's. I wouldn't say Archie himself. Some of them are saying number 2, Hiram Lodge, and number 1, Betty's mom. What is that? And again, so either way, that's the order, the pecking order there for me, and how I see everything in that sense. Certainly, it's interesting to see how it all goes down. But either way, thanks to all for watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, hello to Alexis and others that are new subscribers. Welcome to say hello in the comment section below. And beyond that, sorry about that. Checking some. But beyond that, hope you all have a great Friday, weekend, and otherwise. Hope to talk to some of you individually on here, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, somewhere. And we'll go from there. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, your weekend. Stay safe and have fun. Here in Wisconsin, it's very cold. Like right now, the high is like 5 degrees above. So 5 degrees above zero. So there you go. But beyond that, and above all else, as always, take care.